Okay, here's what I'm up against. I don't know if I can show you all this or not without taking the camera down, but we'll do it this way. Now you're looking at it kind of cuckoo because it's over here on the side. It's on the side of the table saw. What this is, let me tighten it up right there for now. This is latex. It's actually the inners of a latex mattress. You've heard me talk about latex before. That's all latex. There's no fillers, it's just latex. Latex, believe it or not, look it up, is one of the best things in the world to use for mattresses. Well, we've got a latex manufacturer not far from here that I buy from. So I get it wholesale. I've got a 12-inch latex mattress on the bed. I have the cushions on my couch all redone with latex, and they're great. And I had bought a 8x8, well actually it's not quite 8x8, 7 by 8 I believe it is, 7 by 8 feet 6 inches, something like that. Anyway, and I cut that into 4s and I made all the boys doggy beds. But I made 4 doggy beds at that point. And those are 4 inches thick. This one is 6 inches thick. Now the only problem is because I haven't got the equipment for cutting latex. I did, however, at one time have a wire. Okay, as I was starting before, latex is kind of a bitch to cut if you haven't got what you need to cut it with. Luckily, I used a carving knife that we use, and that helped. I've tried it with hot wire. The wire that I ever used tend to kept breaking. It wasn't quite heavy enough, so it drifted. This is throughout the the last year or so. I mean, so it wasn't with this. But I had to cut off an inch, well, about 5 inches to get it to fit in here. Now, why I'm putting this in here in the gun case, because the original foam that came with it, this case is about 8 years old or better, and the foam that came with it really just started to fall apart. It didn't want to hold the guns anymore. It didn't want to do anything anymore, basically. So, and I was outgrowing the case. And when I had that case, everything was lined up for what I had in it. So and then I'm trying to add to it, which made it worse because there was really no place to add, which also weakened it. So it was becoming a nightmare. So instead of me buying more of it, and if I remember right, to replace the foam in this, it was close to 300 bucks. Well, I have this latex laying around. And again, I think I've said it before. Latex is one of the best materials out there for mattresses, dog beds, whatever it is. All right. You don't add padding to it, and it has to be on a hard surface. You don't use a box spring with latex. If you got a box spring, you're probably gonna have to put some plywood over it, so that when you put the latex mattress down, it's more of a solid surface. This one here is 6 inches thick. Like I said, the one in the house, the bedroom, the bed is 12 inches thick, and it's pure latex. When you go buy latex mattresses, they have a habit of layering the latex with other crap, so you're not getting a solid latex mattress. And believe me, I've got a bad back. This is 10 times better than those orthopedics to adjust your sleep, your up and down, pump up the air, let out the air. The other ones that they claim that it feels like you're floating and all that, memory foam, right? Latex. But if you don't buy a solid latex mattress, forget about it. If you're just thinking of buying maybe a 4-inch and laying it over your mat, forget about it. It needs a solid surface, And if you want a good night's sleep, go with at least a 6-inch. Right. And you'll know a latex mattress when you pick it up because it doesn't want to stay. It wants to flop, and they're heavy. Alright. Like I say, most of the shit you see on TV, they got 2 inches of latex, 2 inches of foam, 2 inches of some other kind of foam, you know, gray foam, pink foam, whatever it is. Then they put another thing of latex. That's not a latex mattress. These are those hypoenergetic things. They're mold-free, mice-free, lice-free. I mean, they're just one of these things that's just, they're just a great product. I was really surprised. I first found out about it when we had a new mattress made for our boat. And my first night on it, I said, holy shit, where have I been? Right? I've been missing out on this. So, but anyway, this is leftover from when I made the dog beds. Or was this? No, this is left over from when we did the couches. So, because the dog beds are 4 inches thick. And I'll tell you what, they even notice it. Because one of them we have laying on top of the other. And a lot of them want to use that one because it's double. Because it's more comfortable. Yeah? So, but they use them all. They really do. Just that when the boys start getting heavier and bigger, 4 inches is really a little... what you call it. Now they have different densities too. So that's another thing you have to think about. What density? If you go with the highest density, it's harder. Lower density is softer. This is the mid-range. I believe this is like a 41 to 45. I don't know. I don't remember the exact numbers on densities. But if you're ever thinking about it, look it up. But they're expensive. And when you buy it, you know, unless you're good at making a mattress cover, you know, then find somebody that can make a mattress cover out of mattress cover material. Right? And you don't want to have it compressed. You just want to have it fit. And it's a pain in the ass to get it in the cover. It's almost like you may want to sew the cover around it. So, but it's not too bad. You bend it, you squeeze it in, then you got to work it. You know, it's not a big deal. But anyway, what I'm doing here is I just sealed these together, so I don't want to start putting anything in here yet. This is 2 pieces. This was the straight edge, which was the outer edge around the whole thing. So that's what I'm using to put them together here. I don't think I'm going to do anything else with it other than slice it right where the holes are. 1 slice here, take it out, boom, there's 1 gun, 1 gun, 1 gun, 1 gun, and I think we'll be all hunky-dory. So that's where we're at. Alright, so this is a temp. We just checked it with this so we can figure out how much we actually got to cut out. Now this is a little floppy right here because there's nothing here. However, I like it just like it is because it even holds the 45 and it'll hold it comfortably once this would be enclosed, basically like it would be in there. That 45 will sit comfortably. Now it's not going to sit that far down. We cut it all the way down just for the hell of it, but it's going to sit probably like that there. So it'll still be up a little bit. Now I'll have to spread it a little bit to get it out. I'll have to spread it a little bit to put it in. See, that could be a good thing. However, I think it's going to be perfect. So what I had done, as you can probably see here, I did that one because I'm going to leave the gun sit in it overnight. I want to see if the latex in any way, shape, or form sticks or adds any residue to the firearm. So I'm going to put a firearm in that overnight. But meanwhile, I measured them out. This is for the FN45. This would be for the FN57, FNX9, FNS9, P22640, 92, F, the Storm 40, which is the PX4, the Glock Tactical 35. Over here I can put the new Hello, hello, ding dong, ding dong. The Beretta APX, over here the CZ. Now I may move the Glock to the end so I can keep the Berettas together like I did with the FNs. But when I was looking at the Beretta APX, it's about the same size as the rest of them, so at this point we just don't cut as far here, that's all. And that's where we're at. So that'll take care of the firearms that are here. This side, which you're not seeing, should take care of all the magazines. The magazines will be in corresponding with the firearm. So P226, this would be the P226s. Cut out a square, cut out a square, cut out a square, boom, boom, boom. If I have 6, boom, 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 that's got it covered. Same with each of the others. So this way, the magazines will be under each firearm. Now with the FNS and the FNX, they take 2 different magazines. So it's something that I have to make sure. I said there's not much difference, but there actually is. We have a double groove on this one. And if you look at the indentation right here and the feed lips, you can see that there's a little bit more on this one, and the feed lip is a little bit lower when it comes in. So they are a little different, but at that point, FNS, FNX, boom, 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 and the same with them, so I don't have to worry about it. Now what I'm hoping for is that there's no residue left over. Now I don't care how gringy this looks or how gringy it gets. My main concern is keeping the firearms safe. However, if it comes to a point to where the firearms are ended up with residue or latex dust and powder on them, which will actually start interfering with the actions, then I am going to have this, well, have my wife put material on this, and material for each pocket. So she would have to make it and sew a pocket into each one of these to hold the gun, which isn't a bad idea, to be honest with you, but it's a lot of work, and I really don't want to put my wife through that. I would hire somebody to do it first. So that's where we're at. Actually, I know somebody that can probably do that. I do. So, alright, so that's where we're at. So the next chore here is cutting these out, because it's not easy. I gotta figure out a way of doing it. To cut that one out that we did in that sample, there's the train, Matt. It's coming your way. Is it? Yep, it's heading west. This one took almost 20 minutes because you just can't get in there. You know what I mean? It just doesn't want to get in there. You just can't get in there. So we'll see what happens. So that's where we're at, guys. If I hadn't already had the latex, I wouldn't bother. I'd just buy the right stuff for it. However, like I say, the right stuff after a while starts to get kind of like, you know, powdery, dried out, and it has to be replaced. So I figure, you know what, let me use this. It's anti-mole, antifungal, doesn't hold moisture, wicks perfectly. So that's why I'm thinking it's also good for guns. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, but meanwhile, that's that. So that's where we are at this point. Bingo, bingo. The 9. Let me see here. What do I have? The APX 9 is a little bit bigger than the FNX. So I'm going to plan on it, of that moving over one. And this is going to go over to here. So I'm going to cut another one over here for the Glock.
Alright, let me just go in and paint and I'll come out.
Alright, yeah, go do what you got to do. Then we'll try to figure this out. Get it over with.
Walking down towards the point. A couple of youths in white t-shirts are over there in the middle of the roadway.
I wonder. Well, this may be easier than I thought. Huh, this may work. Problem being is trying to get this out of here. Well, this may just work. Wow, that may have done it. Let me see. Which one is that for? FN. That's the 92F.
Device free dinner. Visit commonsense.org. Hi, so I just got off the phone with our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness.
Yeah, that'll work. I just got to go deeper. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, that caresses it beautifully. That caresses it perfectly.